Hi everyone, welcome to Power Plant Technology. In this session we will see about denitrification. What is denitrification? Removal of NOx compounds from emissions is known as denitrification. How these NOx compounds are formed? Generally, air consists of 78% of nitrogen. This nitrogen at high temperatures reacts with excess oxygen, results in formation of NOx. And moreover, coal which we feed into the boiler contains of nitrogen. This nitrogen in the furnace at high temperatures reacts with the excess air, results in NOx formation. Now, why it is important to remove these NOx compounds from emissions? One thing is, these NOx compounds, when left out to the atmosphere through emissions, reacts with the water vapor and results in formation of nitric acid. This nitric acid in turn results in acid rains. And moreover, these NOx compounds reacts with atmospheric O2, results in formation of ozone. This ozone is harmful to living beings. If we inhale this ozone, it results in respiratory diseases. As a result, it is necessary to remove the NOx compounds from the emissions. So, there are two main control methods. One is the combustion control method, another one is the post combustion method. Combustion control method means limiting the formation of NOx compounds at the furnace itself, and post combustion control methods means limiting the NOx emissions from the flue gas. So, at combustion control method, we generally use different methods like first one is reducing the temperature at furnace, and second one is reducing excess air, third one is flue gas recirculation. That is, part of flue gas after the economizer is sent back into the furnace, thereby reducing the temperature and also oxygen requirement to the combustion. However, these combustion control methods alone cannot reduce the NOx emissions. So, as a result, these methods are to be used in addition to the post combustion control methods. The main post combustion control method is selective catalytic reduction. This method is also called as flue gas denitrification. In this method, NOx reducing agents such as ammonia are injected into the flue gas, and then this flue gas is passed through a catalytic bed, and which results in formation of less harmful products. That is, NOx compounds are reacted with ammonia, which is injected into the flue gas, and this mixture is passed through a catalytic bed. will result in formation of less harmful products such as nitrogen and water. The catalytic method we are using is vanadium oxide and titanium oxide. Vanadium oxide and titanium oxide. This method alone can reduce the 90% of emissions from flue gases. And for smaller power plants, we use another method, that is selective non-catalytic reduction method. Selective non-catalytic reduction method. Here the process is similar to the above method, but we won't use any catalyst. No catalyst is used. However, these flue gases are mixed with ammonia at high temperatures, thereby reducing the NOx compounds from the emissions. One more thing is, for effective removal of NOx compounds, it is necessary to add ammonia to the flue gas at a temperature of 350 to 400 degrees centigrade. It is required to add ammonia at the outlet of economizer and inlet of air preheater. Here ammonia is added to the flue gas. Because the outlet of economizer, flue gas temperatures will be around 350 to 400 degrees centigrade. As a result, we can reduce the NOx emissions from the flue gas. What we have done is, we have seen how these NOx compounds are formed and what is the result of these NOx compounds. As a result, why it is necessary to remove these NOx compounds, and the method we used for removal of these NOx compounds. In the next session, we will see about some other topics. Thank you.